Hello, I'm Neil Bradford. I'm the Deputy Head Teacher at Featherstone High School, and I'm with the parent, Mrs. Sagu, who's kindly come into school today to talk about how she used the Sims Learning Gateway. So, Mrs. Sagu, how long have you been using the Gateway?
I was very lucky that when my son joined in Year 7, who's now in Year 9, Featherstone launched the Gateway straight away, which I felt was absolutely fantastic from the transition from primary to constantly being on the school grounds to having lots and lots of contact. When they launched the Gateway, it meant that I could also have, additional reassurances that, for the first time my son was making his own way to school, I could check when I was at work to see if he was arrived safely rather than keep phoning the school and then having to check. So I would go on to the Gateway and check there. And also it helped with the dialogue that I had with my son when he comes home from school, that having a look at the positive points that he'd received that day gave me a really good sounding board to say, well, that's fantastic, what did you do? Which really helped him to open and communicate and talk through what he had actually achieved that day, which is absolutely fantastic.
Okay, one of the areas we'd like to talk about is the assessment data that's in the system. Now the school presents that data to you 3 times a year, and so far as in Year 9 you've had that 6 times now. How has that helped you help Barney?
It's helped greatly because it's so easily accessible. I mean, the whole product is easily accessible. It's 7 days, 24 hours. And sometimes I'm not at home, and if I have a query, I haven't got my paper copies handy, and it's quite difficult to remember all the different levels that he's achieved through the different subjects, so that I can absolutely, look at it electronically, which is fantastic. And sometimes the information is there before the report, so it really helps me to assimilate some questions that I would have regarding his assessment, of how he's doing, to help me prepare for to discuss the report with his subject teachers, which is great.
Okay, and how does he feel about you being able to have this overview of what he's doing in school and how well he's doing in school academically?
I think it's a really good basis for students, or my son, because they know that we've got our finger on the pulse, so to speak. There's no pulling the wool over your eyes. That we have a really good safety net to check and verify that the information that we're receiving from our child is 100%, and because we can actually verify that on the Gateway, and also if there are any
Checking telling you the truth.
If there are any warning signals, we can also pick that up and perhaps put the fire out before it starts, so to speak. So, and again, it helps us to work cohesively with the school. It's about ownership and responsibility, and it does make you feel part of the school, because the school has opened their arms to you and involved you within their system. So you don't feel so isolated. It's absolutely fantastic. You're working as a team.
Okay, that's really good. Thank you very much for spending time with us today.
You're welcome.